Hello everyone, Skimmer 456 here, back at again another Dead Frontier video, and today, a new video about Champion has surfaced up. Obviously I've already disliked the video because I've went through it and listened to all of his points already twice now, and my opinion still is the same on him, and I will continue to talk about it as the video goes along. Obviously, he needs to let go of this whole Dead Frontier thing. He's been banned already. There's nothing he can do about it anymore. But let's get into the video. Let's hear what he has to say.
Admin Pawn, Neil Yates. I appreciate you clicking on this link. I hope you watch this video from start to finish. I hope all is well, man. I don't want to take too much of your time. I figured to make this video, seeing that, me typing, messaging you, emailing you, it's not going to help really get my point across and really have you feel like the whole situation and how I'm feeling regarding everything. The best thing for me to do is just to talk about it and just have you hear me out. And this is gonna be a tough video to make, so bear with me. Just talking about this whole situation, it's tough, but I know I gotta do it. So I'm gonna address the whole Garcia 101 situation again real quick. I know your brother Zaylet, I showed him more evidence of it. Eventually, he cleared me of that situation, but I don't know what your take on it, what your stance of it is. So I'm going to show even more evidence that you or Zaylet have not seen, so we can clarify things even further with that situation.
So as my first, I'm going to stop multiple times in this video just to kind of explain my take about it. So basically, excuse me, this first screenshot and the ones following, he's gonna explain, that him and Garcia were, well, I wouldn't say they were close, but he was trying to be a good person, and at first glance I do see good intentions. But as time goes along, and in his original apology video, he doesn't make any mention of any of this, or at least none that I had seen when he released the video on March 3rd, I believe it was, or March 4th, I don't remember what it was. I remember it was a really long time ago. And he talks about how, I was wrong, I should have known better, if you'd known better, you wouldn't have posted a girl's ass on your channel without her consent, two, just as a random context moment, because I believe this was Garcia, or it was another girl, which at a later point in the video he'll talk about how he never sexually harassed anyone, which, I mean, if you got banned for it, there was clearly something that led to it, but I digress.
So to sum this text message, first I'm gonna show you guys text messages. Then I'm gonna show you guys Discord messages. So this is basically she has a situation where she lives with her abusive boyfriend and stuff, and basically I'm looking out for her, saying that I want to help you until you have a plan to move out, and basically just me trying to look out for her, telling her I want her to be in a place where she feels safe. And here's another message saying that, we talking about her getting a job, building money so she can buy a place and whatnot. And I'm asking her if she told anybody about this. Basically me looking out for her and whatnot. And she's saying,
so this is where the curse of Champion comes around, because once again he posts an explicit picture. Now, credit to him, he actually did censor it, which I don't know why she sent this picture. So you see, I don't really like either one of these people. I don't really like either one of them. As we're talking about Garcia 101 and Champion, I don't think I feel like both of them should have been banned, because I don't think he was asking. I mean, I've read the text over and over, and I don't see at one point, even with the apology video, I don't see at one point where he asked, show me a picture of your freaking, of your freaking pussy. Like, why are you sending that in the first place? That's my first question. Secondly, why does he feel the need to show this picture, even if it's censored? There's no reason for it, and it's just blatantly stupid, and it just Jesus, I can't talk today. Clarifying basically, like, why he got banned. This is the kind of shit someone who gets banned would pull, so.
Saying that she, got kicked by her boyfriend, and she showed me. Obviously, I blanked it out for obvious reasons, but it looked like she had a period or something. So I don't even know if this is real.
And then a couple seconds later, he proceeds to make a joke about it, which I'm not sure why you're making a joke about it. If this was, so this was actually a leaked video that he sent to his server. This was supposed to be to the admin. You really think the admin is going to, like admin, like Neil? You think he really appreciates you making jokes and sending pictures about a girl's stuff? Like, dude, I don't know anymore. Oh my god.
Or not. But basically me caring for her, basically me, looking out for her and whatnot. And I'm saying at the end of the month she should be out of there. So what I'm trying to show during these screenshots is like, I'm looking out for this girl. I'm showing sincere care for this girl. I'm trying to, hope for the best for this girl. And it's like, how could somebody that's really looking out for this was like 1 to 2 months, like this one says January 9th, so this was between January, February, basically 1 or 2 months prior, before I got permanently banned off a different tier. So the question is, if I'm really looking out for this girl, if I'm really showing sincere care, how can I be a sexual harasser? How can I be harassing this girl? Where do we go from this to her saying that I sexually harassed her? So here's the Discord messages. So this is around mid-February.
So this is the moments leading up to his ban in February. So essentially, there's this clan called Reign of Terror. Personally, I don't really like them. They kicked us out of clan player kills. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. We ended up being number 6. They were 5, which really sucked for us because my clan works hard. Like, we don't have, and this ain't a knock on their clan. I could name like 100, probably about 50 different clans who do the exact same bullshit. Like, it's difficult for me because I've worked my ass off on this game for the last 3 years. I've worked for everything I have earned in this game. You could say, oh, you swipe, so you didn't really earn it. Like, well, if I work a 9 to 5 jobs 5-6 days a week, I think I earned it. But going back to this part of the video, he's essentially, like, boxing in the parts that he thinks are the most important to who this is addressed to, which would be the DF staff team, or in particular the owner of the game. But I don't quite understand why he feels the need to do this, because he's just outing himself. Because this at this point. Oh, and here's the thing, like, there's so much missing time between these screenshots, because in the first one, let me go back to it, it was January 11th, but now it is, what, February 27th? I mean, like, it's ridiculous of how far these have been, so you have to wonder what the hell happened. And he doesn't show the time frame between it, which is kind of odd to me. I would think he would show, like, what's happened between then, to further clear his name, but, he just doesn't, so it's tough for me to really support him in this case, because he's not really helping himself.
Dislike for me, a strong hatred for me. She went into this Discord called Reign of Terror. I mean, it's a clan on different tier, ROT, and she interacted with them every single day.
Yeah, I think we all know what their abbreviation is, champ.
And these guys kept telling her stuff about, how I don't let other clans get the taste of winning, how, what people call a cock.
Now, this is the part I do agree with Garcia on. Now, I don't really agree with either one of them on really the whole video. I agree with what Champ is about. Shit. I mean, what she's about to say. So essentially, she's gonna say, a champion and his clan were essentially blocking people out of having, X-Dusk, all the shops, and just the achievement of finally, actually doing something productive for their clan. And I was a victim of this when I was in Incarnate, because Scarlet Sentinels did this kind of bullshit to us all the time. Because this was back when Champion was 24/7 DF. This wasn't back when he did weekly videos. This was every day. So I do have a bit of resentment for that, because he did block us from winning a lot of CTS, when we were number 2, number 3 even. Because a lot of the people who grinded in that clan, they still haven't got the taste of a X-Dusk weapon, and I haven't either. I left when they started to really succeed, and I don't regret it. But back to his situation, Reign of Terror has all the reason to be pissed with him, because his clan did cock block them as well, just like they do to everyone else in the game.
Blocker and whatnot, and so I'm gonna show this. She said, and he only gave me a chance in SS because he didn't have people. So that wasn't the case, obviously, but that's what they've been telling her. I know this because she says all this. Remember how I didn't ask you why you don't let others win? She said, people figured out that you are using your clanmates for your fame. And then she questions me about where I get all my money from the clan vault.
So this is where it kind of gets a little bit shaky, really, for me. Because she goes into this little rant on March 1st, which just is 2 days before his ban. So it's pretty much a done deal that he's about to get booted. Now, credit to him, he did not actually know this was going to happen. I think it really took a lot of people by surprise, but especially people like me who had no idea what the hell was going on in the first place. Because I was hearing rumors that he was in trouble, but I didn't understand why or what even happened. So the gist of what she says is basically that he steals from his own clan, which makes zero sense, by the way. I don't understand why you would steal from your own clan if you're, especially someone like Champion, who is known for, putting things into the clan, putting his money that he probably works for his 9-to-5 job all the time. He works his ass off there. I'm sure he does. But then she makes up the excuse of people being used for fame. I disagree with that, because Now, I've been watching Champion since maybe 2018. Something like that. I was a big fan of him, especially when I first joined Incarnate. But I don't quite understand why she thinks he was using people for fame. Because he didn't promote he promoted his clan. I think anyone who really loves their clan, they will promote them day in and day out. I've already made a video about my clan, and I've only been contributing for about a month. So I have to question her logic on that stance, because there's not a lot of evidence behind that. And maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm just plain stupid.
That I have, and she starts questioning basically everything about me. Basically saying that I'm using people for fame, that I'm stealing money from the clan vault, and that I'm giving people. I gave her a chance because I didn't have anybody. But she kept saying that people figure it out. she's interacting with other people that are telling her rumors about me, which is giving her a bad impression of me. So here's another screenshot. She talks about quit playing. Tell me why people are saying this about you. This was 2 days before I got banned. She said that you're using the clan members for your fame and money. And then here goes the thing that says it all. She said, I don't know. Explain that to ROT. The tea always spills until I didn't.
Now, I don't know a lot about ROT, but they kind of seem like a clan that likes to start a lot of shit when it's not there. Now, if I get banned for freaking slandering, well, that just kind of proves my point, but proves my point that not only can anyone get banned on this game, but frankly, it just kind of tells me about the big name clans that, I just need to move on and play a different game at that point. Which would be a damn shame, because my whole YouTube career has been about this game. But, Reign of Terror, I mean, I just find it weird that she only went to that specific clan. And Reign of Terror, as far as I'm concerned, they talk a lot of shit in Arena. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were just talking shit and she took it literally.
No time I heard it around. And then the last paragraph here is, I didn't leave because of that. I left because honestly I think you used me in the end. I was just your toy to play with. That's why talking about another clan member saying that he's allowed to talk like that to her in front of everybody, all this hard stuff. But the point is, now she thinks that I'm using her. I'm used to her as just a toy, whatever the case may be. And the thing is, she never thought like that before, but she heard all this stuff from ROT that led her to believe.
Fun fact, champion. Almost every girl, or guy for that situation, especially if you guys are in a relationship, which I'm not sure if they were at the time or if they ever was, but from past experience, I've had people slander my name and say things that just generally aren't even true or even remotely relevant to who I am as a person, and it screws up everything. So I do feel a little bit of sympathy in that regard. Whether he did it or he did not sexually harass someone or somebody's, for that case, he's gonna dilute later to the video. I do understand why he's frustrated.
Believe these things about me that weren't true, that gave her the impression as if I had bad intentions with her, that I was sexually harassing her. And the thing that seals it the most is that I can tell you something that there's no way possible I can know, which is the fact that she never reported me for sexually harassing.
Now that is where this is where it gets intriguing, because she never did report him, and this was factual to anybody who was even in the circle. Now, as to who reported him, I'm gonna have to have a few words about, because personally, I think he's a very funny guy, and he's entertaining as all hell. Especially since he's in my clan Discord, and I appreciate that he does a lot for us.
She wasn't even the one that reported me. I know this because she was in the ROT Discord, Reign of Terror. She talked to, people about me, saying, once she started hearing all these things about me, then she started spilling stuff on her end about between me and her. And then she started showing screenshots to them about what was going on between me and her. And that's when, they reported me. Carnage reported me, to be exact.
Alright, so this is where I kind of draw a line. My boy Carnage is just too freaking cool, man. I just don't believe that he... Now, if he did report him, good for him, really, because I mean, Champion, he's... When this all started in March, he didn't really give himself any chance. He kind of just outed himself out because he just wanted a shorter ban, which is such a scumbag thing to do, and I hate it so much. So good on Carnage for what he did, and like I said, I do appreciate him. I think he's probably one of the more funny guys in our Discord.
I know it. I know. You can even ask the moderators who reported me. She knows she wasn't sexually harassed. She sent it out to somebody, Carnage, and he reported me because he's had it out for me for years, and that's just what it is. That's just the moral of my story on Death Frontier. Sadly, someone that has had it out to get me banned for years was the one that reported me. And the thing is, like, there's certain people that don't even care about the nature of this situation, how serious it is. They just reported it just to get me off the game. That's really what it was. There's a couple things that bother me a lot. And one is that all this could have been prevented. Because the fact of the matter is, I got banned for this evidence. I mean, I got banned for the whole Garcia 101 situation. This came out March 2nd. I was banned March 3rd. And I cleared this. This girl was definitely not sexually harassed by me. 100% was not sexually harassed. And I cleared it. I cleared it. And the thing that bothers me the most is that I'm hearing about all these other girls who I sexually harassed. And I know for a fact I haven't sexually harassed anybody this year, or anybody period. Anybody period.
Alright, so the upcoming moments in this video are kind of confusing, really, by both sides, which obviously is Champion and then, the Dead Frontier staff team, because he's gonna make a mention that he's never sexually harassed all, girls. But the Dead Frontier staff come out and say, like, Garcia 101 was the first of many. Oh, no, not the first, but one of many. Which is kind of odd. You would think they would name a lot more people. Because it makes the common player like me want to believe that, he's not even in the wrong. But because I've seen the past videos, especially since he's made this new setup movement bullshit that I also despise very much. I kind of want to believe the DF staff team, even though, they have been, it's just kind of a sketchy situation.
Could have been prevented. Girls, it's a serious offense. I understand that, but the fact of the matter is, if it's that serious, like, I know you guys treat it seriously, but the fact is, like, this could have been handled better. It should have been addressed right away. If it's a serious situation, it should have been addressed right away. And like I said, I would never sexually harass somebody. If a girl told me I'm uncomfortable, I don't appreciate the way you're talking to me, I don't like this or that, or if you guys came up to me and said, look, this was reported to us, this is wrong, X, Y, and Z, whatever, I wouldn't do what I'm doing. I'm.
See, this is the biggest flaw in his argument. Well, actually, no, more like the second one. The main one was gonna be up a little bit later when he lists his whole reasons why he should be unbanned, because he's like some type of freaking godsend for the community. But here's his second biggest flaw. Because if this was a real life thing, say if this was brought into a court of law, who do you think they're gonna believe? You think they're gonna believe the guy who keeps saying that he's never touched a woman, or he's never made them feel uncomfortable? Or are they gonna believe the other 10 to, like 1 to 10 different kinds of witnesses? Because according to the staff team, there's been multiple reports of it. Now, as to why she didn't report it herself is kind of where I draw a line between if it's just a hoax or if it's real.
I'm not doing anything, period, but it's like, I would tell myself, okay, what I'm saying is wrong. I never realized that, I'm sexually harassing somebody, because I don't know. You don't know whether you're sexually harassing somebody until that person tells you, look, I'm uncomfortable, I don't appreciate the way you're talking to me like that, yada, yada, yada. So if I knew that, I would never, ever I wouldn't even be talking to anybody, period. So that's the thing that bothers me the most. All this could have been prevented, and that's that. So here's another thing is So
this screenshot is basically one of his either one of his friends or fans or whatever. They made a ticket to, you know, like, say like, oh, you should unban champion. He didn't do anything wrong. But because of, now this is what Zalef said, which is, I think that's the brother of Admin Pawn. I can't remember. I'm gonna get beat. I'm gonna get bullied later for that. But you know, like, they make a clear indication. You know, like, it doesn't matter how nice you are for the community, how much you've done for the community. If you screw up, you're not getting unbanned. And you know, I respect that. I do respect that. But I feel like not only the staff, but the women involved should have been a lot more decisive about it and made sure people knew that, like, this is the situation. You know, like, in a court of law, there's something called a jury. They all know what the hell happened, and they're trying to decide whether if he's guilty or not. Like, this is nothing I've ever seen on Dead Frontier. Not only is it stupid, because I feel like, honestly, I'm on board with the staff team for keeping him banned. I think it was the right decision. I felt like it could have been done better, because there were just so many holes in both arguments for champions and, you know, Garcia. But, you know, that's just me.
Somebody sent a support ticket earlier, a couple of days ago, and I didn't tell the person to file a ticket. The person just did, because, you know, people do feel strongly about this situation and really want to see me back in the game. That's just what it is. And I read this response by Zalith, and he says, "We have clear evidence that proves what Champion was up to. The fact that he may have helped certain players and generally been a nice guy doesn't excuse his behavior." So the thing is, like, it's not the fact that I've helped certain players. I helped everybody in the game. I donated billions of dollars.
And this is where not his second, but his worst flaw in this video, and this sad excuse for apology and unban, because this is where he lets his ego just run straight through everybody. He claims that he's helped everyone. I can confirm right now he had never helped me once. The only thing positive he has done for me in the last 4 years is freaking comment on one of my videos, which was about him, by the way, so he probably felt really good about that. That, oh, poor Kevin made a video. Which, that video had shitty mic quality in the first place, so I wasn't too proud of it anyways. Because I was screwing around at a boss the freaking half the video anyways. But yeah, like, you know, this whole narrative of him helping the community, it's really BS, because I don't really think he helped a whole lot of players. And, you know, if he decides to comment on this channel or this video, you know, he can say what he wants. I'm not gonna delete it. I'm not gonna freaking cry about it. I'll own up to what I say, and I'll double down on it if that is the case. But, you know, it's just a stupid situation. I hate everything about it.
I've done everything. I didn't just help certain players. I helped everybody in the community, whether it was my videos, constantly giving away to people billions of dollars, like I said, items, credits, anything. I gave it my all for this community, and all I've been doing each and every single day when I was on Dead Frontier and being a part of the community was just being a helping hand to everybody, and, you know, not just a certain few players. And I feel like, you know, that's kind of tough for me reading that, saying that I may have helped certain players, and I believe I had a big impact for the game for a long time, and, you know, I poured my heart out to.
And, you know, there is some legitimacy behind his statement here. He did not help every player, because I'm definitely one of them who were never, you know, I didn't get these cool credits or freaking, you know, $1 million items. But, you know, like, it's just, there is some truth behind what he says. I'm not gonna deny he didn't help anybody. He helped people. Now, given most of those people were probably scammers or loyal supporters, which ain't nothing wrong with having a fan base. I think I have a little small following myself, and I'm very proud of it. I might not be I'm not no Dead Exposure or Ramondo, or I'm not a champion. I'm not a. There was another channel, I can't remember which one it was. Oh, Garp. It's the other one. I don't have these amazing followers. I'm not followers, but a following. You know, I'm not cool like that. But you know, I can understand where he's coming from. But as for him helping allegedly everyone, that's just a lie, and it's very disrespectful to someone like me.
To this, you know, to the people, to the community, and you know, I have and generally been a nice guy. Doesn't excuse my behavior. I'm not saying that, you know, my behavior should be excused because I've done a lot for the community and I've been a nice guy. Like, the fact of the matter is, we're on to 9 months of me being permanently banned. And I lost my reputation. I lost my relationships with everybody that I built for years. Um, you know, people in real life know about this. Like, it's a big, like, a lot. I've been punished severely for this. And it's tough because, you know, I have never ban invaded yet. Well, I can't say yet, but I don't plan on ban invading.
I can't with him, man. It's just, you know, he's like, oh, I haven't done it yet. Didn't I could have swore there was like a story a long time ago, a little bit after he got banned, he was playing Dead Frontier 2. I don't know if that was true or not. I don't think even if it is true, I don't think he'll admit that. But he might, who knows? But yeah, I can't say he hasn't, but there's a good chance he might someday.
And you know, I've served all the time, a lot of times so far. A lot of things have happened in the game. I'm really happy that, you know, y'all doing all these updates and stuff. But the fact of the matter is, like, you know, I've served a lot of time already, and I've cleared a lot of this evidence that, you know, y'all have on me. And like I said, I think the main thing is the fact that I got banned for the Garcia 101 evidence. The other girls, I can't say much besides the fact that if I, you know.
And this is where at the point he's like, I feel like he's grasping at straws at this point. He says he has nothing much to say about them. So I would like to think that he does know of them, and he has done something. I'm not saying he's done something good or bad, but he's done something.
If I was sexually harassing, you know, a long list of girls, it should have been addressed earlier. This could have been prevented. I don't understand why I got banned for the Garcia situation. Then all of a sudden I'm getting thrown into this, like, I'm sexually harassing like so many girls and whatnot, when I know that I've never interacted with any girls this year besides Garcia. Last year, have I talked to girls? Yeah, but is my intention to sexually harass them? Of course not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have a flirty personality, yes, but at the end of the day,
he see, this part does piss me off quite a bit, and I won't talk too much about it. But you know, like, that's such a, it's just such an egotistical excuse, you know, like, oh, I got a flirty personality. Like, guess what? I do too, but I'm not freaking, like, you know, hitting up girls' DMs, making them feel weird. When, you know, if they start to, like, shy away from you, I think that you can take that as a sign that they don't want to be with you. And, you know, and once again, he doesn't act like he's never done anything with these girls, when I feel like he has, and he just won't admit it, because he's just trying to build up another reputation, which I can't fault him for that. I can safely say that, you know, in the past I've done something similar. Now for honest sake, you know, I've never made a girl feel uncomfortable. It just doesn't happen. If they say no, that's the end of it. Doesn't matter. End of story.
If I was sexually harassing anybody, they should have came up to me saying, "Look, I'm uncomfortable, whatever I'm doing," and or you guys should have said, "Look, this has been reported to us," or you guys could ban me right there. Like it didn't have to be a permanent ban. You guys could instantly ban me as a warning, saying, "Look, you're banned for a couple weeks. You're sexually harassing. This is your warning." But instead, you guys collect all this, evidence, whatever y'all have over months of a time span, it feels like, and then I get this big heavy ban on me. It reminds me of the time when I got banned for flaming years ago. It was a 3 month ban for flaming. I got banned 3 months for flaming, but the evidence that was against me was collected over months at a time. So I pointed that out to you, Evan Pone. You probably don't remember this conversation we had, but I said, look, this evidence was collected months at a time. Yeah, I said some things that I shouldn't have said, and all this other stuff. I was like, look, 3 months ban for flaming. Don't you think that's too severe? And the fact that this evidence was collected over a course of a time, wasn't even addressed right away when it was handled. You agreed with me. The ban got reduced 3 months to 1 week. 1 week. That's a big difference. And this is like, I know this is a whole different situation because sexually harassing is a serious offense. But at the end of the day, like, there's no reason why this shouldn't have been addressed right away as soon as it happened.
And, well, before we get into this bright-ass screen that he has to post, I do agree with him on that sense. I feel like the staff team they don't handle things the best way they can possibly do it. Which, that's with, and that can be said for, like, any type of job, game, staff team. Like I work at a job where things don't always get done on time. That's just how it works. So I get his frustrations, I really do. Now, I'm not giving him a pass for everything he's done. But I'll let him talk after I would discuss all this on this white screen. So basically, this is kind of his support ticket of explaining why he should be unbanned. So we'll go to the start plot, the top of the page. It says like he invests a lot of money, he funds the game. I can name at least 20 people who have done the same thing, including myself. I probably spent around $800 on this game. I've already spent like $450 on my Wraith Cannon. I've spent a lot of money on UB, implants, just GM in general. So, I'm one of like probably easily hundreds of players who have funded this game. The third place on this part, the full of energy part. This is kind of where I kind of like just threw my hands up in the air and just question like why did you even decide to write that part? Like good vibes, man. Like, what are we, freaking 10? I just don't understand. And I do understand he's teaching other players in the game. I understand that. I've taught a few players myself when I was, I was in Incarnate for 2 years. I had plenty of time to train, players who weren't even level 100, how to grind right, how to, loot right, how to boss right. Now, he's catch many cheaters, yet he's one of the bigger cheaters in this game. I remember at some point it was early in his career on DF, where he got banned for hacking. I'm not sure what he got banned for hacking for. I've heard a lot of stories about it though from numerous clans that I will not name because it doesn't really matter, because it's just a really old hack ban. Like, no one cares about it anymore. But he says he plays it 365 years a day. I just don't believe that. Listen, unless you're a freaking kid who literally has nothing else to do but screw around on your computer and do whatever the hell you want, or if you're someone who works from home and you don't necessarily have to do much in that regard, you're not spending 365 days. Like, I probably only play 2 or 3 days a week on this game. And that's not because I don't want to play. I do want to play. It's just that I'm so drained from my job, I cannot physically bring myself to play this game. But you know, that's kind of. And then the last point, he's the leader of one of the most historic clans. Sure, Scarlet Sentinels is truly a historic clan. It's one of the oldest ones and one of the more powerful ones I've seen in my time on this game. But most of his points are ego-based. It's just him self-promoting his accomplishments. And I frankly don't believe that the entire staff team even cares. Because essentially, my clan made a little joke about this. We kind of just said, you know, like, Abbott's kind of what's like, screw off, man.
And I sent you this email with all the assets and whatnot, saying everything that I'm very beneficial. I'm a beneficial person / player in the game, in the community. And, you know, I know that shouldn't excuse my behavior. You know, I already talked about that. I already addressed that. However, the fact that I've done so much good for the community and game, it goes to show, like, look, there's a lot of good in me. You know, people deserve second chances. And the fact is, like, I've never been warned about.
Now, before he continues on with his rambling for the next 5 minutes, I do agree with his advertisement point. Because up until March, he was advertising this game, you know, like, weekend event, holiday events, you know, new weapons, even clans, you know, promoting his own fan base, you know, like, I will agree that he is an influential person, but that doesn't make him a good person.
About this, I got instantly permabanned, and I know I made, you know, the videos a minute guilt and whatnot, but like I said to you in the email, you gotta put yourself in my shoes. I literally woke up the next morning, saw myself permanently banned, had tons of people messaging me. I was going through a whole, like, you know, panic attack. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. Permanently banned off of a game that I devoted 365 days a year into, and I'm permanently banned from it. My mentality was like, look, I'm gonna just get a video out, just own up to whatever they got me banned for, and hopefully for my ban to get reduced. And clearly that didn't happen. Clearly we're here, you know, we're here now. I said 8 months of a ban. We're on the 9 months almost, and it's almost been a year since I've been gone from the game. It's been a long time, and I really hope, Evan Paul, like, I'm with you, man. I know I'm trying to plead a case here, and I'm saying this and that, but I've been with you. I've been with this community. I've been with this game, and I really hope you see that. You know, I'm really a good person, and I know.
And this is where he really starts to panic in his video, because you can hear because not only could I hear you know, his voice is increasingly getting more loud. He's getting desperate, because he knows he's probably not getting unbanned. I mean, like, and you know, as much as I don't like how staff handled this, I do agree with what their final decision with the ban, because I feel like it doubles down on no one is safe from doing any of that stuff. And you know, he goes on to say this is a first time offense, but let's not forget he's been banned twice, once for hacking and then twice for flaming an arena. Which, I mean, like, why the hell were you even flaming an arena? Just go get your kills and get out. But, you know, as I digress, he just continues to go on with this paragraph down here.
You know, my behavior was in the wrong, but at the end of the day, you know, I have a good heart. I'm a good person. And I've been doing everything I can to put myself in the best position possible to come back into this game. And I know you guys told me over and over, no, it's not happening. You're never going to get unbanned. But at the end of the day, I have faith in all this. I'm continuing to have faith. I'm continuing to be positive. I'm just doing my best to just respect everything the way it is.
I do respect his grind, though. You know, he wants to be unbanned really bad, and I get it. I've been in this situation where I was once permabanned from a game because ironically, I actually did flame someone in a different game, and I got banned permanently for it. But I got unbanned, I believe, I think it was like a week later because they felt bad because it was not the right decision. They should have just muted me from that chat permanently. But you know, that doesn't really matter here because he brings up his reputation relationships. You know, like, I don't think he quite understands that he can rebuild that in another game. Maybe not Dead Frontier ever again. I don't, because a great deal of the community do not like him for the simple fact that he got caught with this. He's been banned multiple times, and he, you know, they called us sour grapes, but people do not like a winner, a consistent winner, because they want to be they want something new. That's what people want, and it sucks that it's that way. Let's say if Cats on Mars wins every week on, you know, top player kills, you know, like, people are going to be calling for our ban, saying we're cheating because we shouldn't be winning every week. But I digress.
And just, I really hope you guys can really have a change of heart with things, because I know you've given people second chances before. I never stole from the game. I never cheated in the game. I never done anything wrong in the game, in the community, ever. You know, I've always played the game fairly. I've always helped the community out, and it's tough. You know, I served so much time, been punished far enough. My behavior has not been excused. I've taken a severely enough punishment. At least I feel like, my goodness, I've been going from the game for almost a year now, like I said, and I already told you the rest: reputation, relationships, just everything. The mental game, everything. Like, it's been really tough for me enduring all this and just dealing with all this each and every single day. But I'm here. I'm trying to fight. I'm trying to, really plead the case here. I'm trying to make y'all see that, look, I deserve a second chance. I do. I do. I do. I can't express that enough. Um, but that's all I gotta say. I thank you guys for watching this video. But keep in mind, like, none of this, like, it didn't have to go this far. Like I said, all this could have been prevented.
And he's right. This did not have to go to this point. Well, most of it is really his fault because instead of going to the staff team and asking for all the reasons he got banned, you know, like, talking it out, instead he made a video kind of just guilt tripping himself, and he got even more. He kind of just really flamed himself, and it's a damn shame because at one point I respected him as he was probably at least my favorite Dead Frontier YouTuber to watch every weekend when I came home from school, just to, you know, watch him flex his Wraith Cannon, you know, flex his UB, flex all his cool weapons and stuff. So it's a shame, really. I wish him the best. I hope he finds something else that, you know, he can rebuild his reputation. But as for DF, I made a comment earlier I mean, like, kind of just told him to stop because his career's over. It's going to be over until admin decides, you know, maybe we should unban him. But until then, it's just sucks for him.
And I'm a good person with a good heart, and I hope you guys, at least see that, and I hope you guys at least feel like I do deserve a second chance. This is up to you, Neil. This is between me and you. I mean, I know the staff doesn't like me. I mean, at least I feel like they don't. I mean, they never like me, whether I'm on the game, whether I'm off the game. And if you go up to the staff, I already know that ain't gonna be good for me. I can't see any of them saying yes. Maybe one or two people are gonna be afraid to speak out their opinions and stuff on it. And this is, at the end of the day, this is your decision, Admin Pawn. I know that stuff, people might get a little crazy if I come back into the game, but it would die down in a couple months. It will. There's a lot of people who want me back into the game, who want this to happen. And my intentions when I come back into the game if I do get that chance, I'm gonna just stay on the low. I don't plan on making videos. I don't want.
I completely disagree at this point. Listen, when I came back in, I believe it was August of 2020, I did the complete opposite of what he's saying. I made videos every freaking day. Not because I had the time, because I did, and I love this game, I really do, but I just don't see him, because if he got unbanned, he would make this. I mean, like, champ, if you're watching, like, I know your ego is big, you know your ego is big. There ain't no doubt in my mind you would make a huge celebratory video and continue to be promoting it actively. Because that's just who you are, you're a promoter. And I respect that grind. Really do. A little bit envious that you have the subscriber count and view count you have, while I'm sitting with, well, my best video has like 1K views and it's just me buying a weapon. So, I hope, if he gets unbanned, I do wish him the best. I certainly don't respect him for what he did, because I think there's a lot of truth behind it, regardless of the situation handled. But, this is him and admin's, this is admin's decision. It really is. Nobody else's.
Want to communicate with. I told you, I said a fair thing. I said, look, you can disable my abilities to type to people. I don't have to join the different tier Discord. You can forum ban me so I don't have to message people. You can do all that. Me personally, I don't care about all that, because I don't want to interact with anybody. I just want to play the game in peace. That's it. I worked very hard on the game. I've earned every.
I do disagree of that point as well, because when he was unbanned, he liked to talk to people, like, it's not like one of those situations where he's like, oh, I don't want to talk to nobody because they're mean to me, like, that's not even true. It's just this stupid logic.
Everything fairly. I mean, look at this. I mean, I play this game a lot. And then I know you told me in the emails, like, look, I feel like all you did was use different tiers, an online dating site to get girls and whatnot. But the fact of the matter is, I played my heart out in this game each and every single day, 365 days a year, after #1 in all-time TBK.
This is where my respect does go out for him, because, like, I mean, like, when he was doing all this grinding, the 7 million, points, kills. Like, I mean, like, do you really think a girl really was the reason for all that? No. I mean, he played his heart out, like he says in the ending part of this video. He played his heart out, and, well, people didn't like him for that in particular. It's a lot of respect. I respect his grind for the game. That he's never made it about one person. Oh, at least a girl, at least. It's always been about him being the best. So, respect to him for that.
Hey, top 3 in all-time categories. I told you this, Admin Paul. I'm not just a player that you ban. I'm somebody that has worked his ass off. Worked his ass off for 365 days for the last 10 years in this game. So I'm pour my heart into your game, Admin Pawn, your game, Neil. And like I said, I really hope you can consider giving me a chance to come back in the game, in the community. I don't see why not. And enough time has gone by. I've been punished severe enough. This is between me and you, Admin Pawn. If I do come back, like I said, I just want to play the game in peace. I don't plan on interacting with anybody. I mean, I know I have a lot of people saying a lot of things, whether it's good or bad, and I just know I gotta keep on the low and just do me at the end of the day. That's all I want to do. I just want to play the game that I love. That's it. I love your game, Admin Pawn. I just want to play the game, that I love in peace. And I appreciate you watching this video from start to finish. I hope maybe I got you thinking. That's my main objective, to at least get you thinking.
He is just so desperate in the end of this video. But I'm gonna stop it there, just because I think I've been through enough for this video. I've listened to 20 minutes I've listened to this video for about an hour in total. But you know, if he gets some ban, good for him. But I won't be happy about it because I feel like I treat this as if it was in the real world. Let's say if you are a convicted pedophile, do you really think you deserve a second chance when you did it knowingly and willingly? The answer would be no, at least for me. I don't feel like this is worthy of a second chance. He knows damn well what he did. Whether he wants to admit it or not, he admitted it in his other videos, regardless if he wanted to get unbanned quicker. But with that said, thank you all for watching. My name is Kevin Gamer 456, and hopefully I'll see you in another video that is not something about sexual harassment. Have a good night.